Biggest story of the day comes from the Middle East, where the president is set to make one of the biggest trips of his presidency. His trip begins in Israel, and he will then travel to Saudi Arabia for the highly anticipated meeting with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. It comes amid stiff criticism as the U.S. grapples with a failing economy, high gas prices, strained relations between the U.S. and the Middle East, and the ongoing war in Ukraine. Tom Dempsey joins us from Washington with more on what we should be watching for during the president's trip. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, good morning, Mitch. Yeah, this trip marks the first time President Biden will travel to the Middle East during his presidency, and it comes at a very crucial time, as you were saying. For Americans, they're waking up across the country with gas prices continuing to be very high. This morning, AAA reporting the national average for a gallon of regular to be $4.63. Meantime, in Eastern Europe, the National Security Advisor is saying Iran is planning on sending hundreds of unmanned aerial drones to Russia to help in its fight against the Ukrainians. So with this trip to the Middle East, President Biden is hoping to really, reaffirm its commitment to countries in that region while trying to stop Russian and Chinese aggression and maybe bring some relief to the gas pump. President Biden left late last night from here in D.C. Again, Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Palestine. Those are the three areas to keep in mind with this trip. Later this morning, President Biden lands in Israel. He'll give a brief speech and meet with the prime minister there. On Friday, he'll meet with the Palestinian president before heading to Saudi Arabia. That part will be the most talked about with this trip, after President Biden pledged to make Saudi Arabia a global pariah during his 2020 presidential campaign. He's going to be speaking with leaders there, and especially about boosting oil production. Again, gas prices remaining very high in America this morning, and they're impacting many people here at home. The United States National Security Advisor saying earlier this week the president hopes to bring relief to the pump, and that'll be a big focus for this trip.
We will have the opportunity among this very broad agenda to talk about energy security with the leaders of the OPEC nations in the Middle East, just as we discussed energy security when he was on his trips in Europe and in the Indo-Pacific. And we will see what results come from that. Ultimately, that will be up to the OPEC countries to determine.
The president will be landing in Israel in just about 2 hours this morning. He'll be visiting later this morning the Holocaust Victims Memorial in the country, as well as speaking with Israeli leaders about security briefs in the country. Mitch?
And now, Tom, there was a report yesterday that Vladimir Putin will visit Iran, and also that Iran is selling drones to Russia to help the fight in Ukraine. So I know that this is a lot about national security, Biden going to Saudi Arabia. What does Iran and Russia, what does that have to do with what he might discuss, President Biden, in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, obviously a very big development we learned this week with that national security advisor we just heard from. Here's some of the details we know so far. Hundreds of unmanned aerial drones, probably coming from Iran to Russia. Some of them could be loaded with weapons. And the national security advisor saying that training for those drones could begin as soon as later this month. Mitch?
Well, and that is scary for all of the Ukrainians there. Now, Tom, the national security advisor came out this week and he said, oh, well, we've covered that. Hey, Tom, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We're going to say goodbye now. Tom Dempsey reporting from Washington. Thank you for that update.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.